Hello, I'm Anika from Made to Sew and welcome to our What Is tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be explaining what is a walking foot. So a walking foot is a presser foot for the sewing machine, and it's one that you would generally need to purchase on top of the sort of freebies you generally get with your machine. But what does it do and how is it so useful? I actually use the walking foot the majority of the time. I will leave it on the machine and only take it off when I need to. The walking foot has feed dogs on the bottom of the foot, just like you have on the bed of your sewing machine. And what they will do is they will help to provide what's called an even feed through the machine, because the feed dogs on the bottom of the walking foot are going to grip the top layer of fabric, as the feed dogs on the bottom of on the bed of your machine are going to grip the bottom, and they're going to work in harmony to move the fabric through the machine, no matter how many layers you're working with or how thick the fabric is, together. So you'll find that you don't get the shift that you can get from one layer of fabric being moved quicker than the other layer. So with what fabric do you use them? Well, as I mentioned, I leave mine on the machine the majority of the time. But the best case scenarios are when you're working with a difficult fabric. So that can be a very lightweight fabric, such as a silk. It could be a fabric that's got some stretch to it, such as a stretch knit jersey. Or it could be a fabric that's very heavy, such as an upholstery fabric, denim or leather. The walking foot is great to use with bulky fabrics. When you've got a thick fabric that you're working with, or perhaps you're moving the machine up onto a thick area of fabric, perhaps a hem or a waistband, the walking foot will help. They're great to use in quilting when you've got numerous layers of different fabrics. And they can help prevent that slip or shift to the underside of your quilting, because they're pulling through the layers through the machine at the same time. They're also great if you're trying to match up seams or matching plaid or stripes, because again, they're pulling both layers of fabric through the machine at the same time. You won't get that shift that you can find with the standard foot. This is one of the feet that I really recommend purchasing. If you don't get one with your machine, I would 100% recommend that you do add one on. You don't have to necessarily buy a brand version. I only have the generics for my machine, as they are slightly cheaper. But you will find that they're a really useful tool to add to your sewing box. Taking a closer look at the walking foot, you can see that it is a rather bulky foot. Looking at the bottom of the foot, you can see the white little feed dogs, and they're the ones that help move the top layer of fabric through the sewing machine, in conjunction with the feed dogs on the metal bed of your sewing machine. One pointer here is that you need to make sure when you attach the walking foot to your machine that this metal bar sits above the sewing machine's needle metal bar, because this is what controls the feed dogs. If you watch, when I move the bar up and down, you will see that the little white feed dogs on the bottom of the walking foot move up and down. And this is what helps to move them in the same time or in conjunction with the feed dogs on the sewing machine bed, so that they're working in harmony and moving the fabric through the sewing machine together. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You understand what a walking foot is and how to use it. Thanks for watching.